Welcome to the Diet Starts Never podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Nigro, aka Coach Rach. This podcast will teach you how to live your healthiest life in and out of the gym and put yourself first again. Oh, and we get long-lasting results here. I've made it my mission to help my clients ditch the diet mentality and heal their relationship with food and themselves. After transforming hundreds of bodies and minds, it's your turn. Are you ready? Welcome to the last Diet Starts Never episode of 2022. Today's episode is all about New Year's resolutions, and I'm even going to be giving you guys a little gift at the end to help you crush your goals in 2023. On a personal note, I just got back from Iceland. Like, who goes to Iceland? It was an adventure to say the least. No way a vacation. But my boyfriend and I had so much fun, and we literally drove cross country in a blizzard in Iceland and got to see and experience a completely different culture. So it was definitely one for the books. If anybody ever has any Iceland questions, or if you plan on going there, I have all of the good tips for you. So this is the second to last week of the year. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm struggling a bit. You know what? No, I'm not struggling a bit because I feel okay. I'm not stressed about my routine, but I don't physically feel the best. I have a little bit more anxiety than I normally do. Actually, more anxiety than I normally do because I'm not really that much of an anxious person nowadays. And I I just am not, I'm feeling like there's a shield over my face. So I'm feeling kind of blocked from the world and not as productive as I want to be. And I'm sitting down and I'm taking an assessment of myself. And while I was in Iceland, you guys, there was no food. I think I had like 7 meals the entire 5 days I was there. Was dehydrated, did not get enough water in, did not get enough movement in. Maybe no, I don't think that's true. I definitely got enough movement in, but there was a lot of sitting in the car and it was nonstop. And then coming back, I am behind on sleep and I just don't physically feel as good as I want to. And that just means I need to push myself to get back in my routine even faster. And when we fall out of our routine, it's so much easier to just cave into things that we don't want to even do for ourselves. So for example, like there were bagels in the house. I'm like, you know what? They're here. I have to eat them. But I'm realizing after 2 days of having half a bagel for breakfast, they don't make me feel good. And then it's making me crave more carbs that I don't want. And the lack of sleep is making me crave carbs that I don't normally eat. And in return, it's giving me this anxious, unsettling feeling. So I know it's an awkward time because Christmas is literally this weekend, but I'm doing my best I'm just doing my best right now. And that's sometimes the best you can do. So I'm doing my best to show up for myself and make me feel good. And that brings me into today's episode. I'm going to be sharing with you guys what my plan is, what I do every year, and hopefully this lesson can help you reach your goal and then some in 2023. So I ask that you enter this episode with an open mind and maybe be willing to try something new this year. I want you to be honest with yourself. How many times have you set a New Year's resolution and never actually stuck with it? You know, whether it was to lose weight or wake up earlier or get to the gym more, most people tend to give up pretty quickly. And, it's totally valid. I'll explain. So, if I'm being honest with you guys, if it wasn't for my journal, I wouldn't even remember the goals I set for myself at the beginning of the year. I actually don't know the goal I set for myself at the beginning of last year. I have intentions of the way I want to live my lifestyle, and I do my best to follow through with those intentions. But yeah, goals, couldn't even tell you I don't even know if I set any. So, although the concept of setting a New Year's resolution is great, there is so much pressure to stick with it. Most people give up in the first 1 to 6 weeks of setting a New Year's resolution, and that's kind of setting any goal. And they blame failure on lack of time, lack of resources, and my personal favorite, lack of motivation. Side note, I used to be like such a matcha loving girl, and I would go to Starbucks and get matcha with water, like 3 scoops of matcha, and then realized how much sugar was in it. So I started creating my own matcha at home, and I stopped for years, and the past 3 days I've been having it, and it's bringing me so much joy. Okay, back to New Year's resolutions. Here's my beef with it. Why do you need to wait until a new year to make a change in your life? If you want to make a change, pushing it off until January 1st is not going to make it happen. You can literally start over at any second of any day if you allow yourself to. So, if you want to make a change at the beginning of a new year, that's totally up to you. If it feels good for you, if you need that fresh start, that fresh calendar year, mentally more than anything, then I'm here for you. But I am going to encourage a little bit of a mindset shift that will make this the last New Year's resolution you will ever have to set. So you will no longer feel like you have to have a New Year's resolution. I have coached a lot of women, and I know from personal experience that at the end of the year, most people end up in the same exact place that they were at the beginning of the year. So, another honesty question: are you in the same place you were this time last year, or did you actually follow through with a change? And if you did make a change, was it one that you set as your New Year's resolution? Making change is hard. So if you accomplish something big or small, be sure to celebrate that. Congratulations to those who have done so. Progress comes in so many different forms. You can lose inches on your waist, have a PR in the gym, meal prep consistently, eat out less, drink more water, get better sleep. If it was something you struggled with in the past and you're finding it now to be a tiny bit easier, that is a change. That is progress. Own that shit. As some of you may know, I'm a little bit of a tough love coach when it comes to getting you started towards your goals because I know you're not going to say the things that you need to hear to yourself. And that's why we tend to stay in the same cycle because you need that shift. You need that mindset shift, that realization that you can do it. So, my tough love for you today, you are failing because you are setting yourself up for failure. So basically, I'm telling you that you are the reason that you are failing. It's not because of time, it's not because of lack of resources, and it is most definitely not because of lack of motivation. The most successful people have the same 24 hours in a day that you have. They're just prioritizing their time better. You do not need a gym membership or organic food to lose weight. And motivation isn't going to spark just because it's a new year. It might for a few days, a few weeks, and then that motivation is going to die out. And that's when we need to tap into our discipline. So the the reason you are setting yourself up for failure is because you are not taking the right steps to set the right kind of goals, create the right kind of habits, ones in which you can actually sustain. So you need to create a goal that you're excited about and a routine that is focused around that goal, one that you actually want to follow and it brings you joy so you don't need motivation to stick with it. If you can create a routine that elevates your life and benefits your long term goal, you will learn how to reach that goal and sustain it. A New Year's resolution puts way too much stress to go all in on that one thing at an unrealistic speed. So, if you're going to set a new goal and want to call it a New Year's resolution, that is 100% okay. You fucking do it, but you make sure it's realistic, something that's measurable and achievable. And if you've set this goal in the past and you haven't reached it, then maybe it's time to tweak it a little bit. So, my suggestion and what I do: set a goal, get super clear on what you want to do, and work on one small new habit change at a time. If you try to drastically change your life, you will fail. That's why you haven't reached your goal yet, because you're going all in and then you crash and burn. So that all or nothing mindset, that is staying behind in 2022. This is the mindset shift that helps you achieve that health and fitness goal, that helps you get that dream body that you've always wanted, that helps you live that balanced lifestyle. You are allowed to work out and eat healthy, but you're also allowed to love pizza and donuts. You don't need to be that healthy person who says, pizza and donuts are so bad for you. Like, fuck, they bring me joy. Why are they bad? If you can accept that, you can do both. That is when you will find balance and actually reach your goal and keep it this time. You just need to learn how to have all things in moderation. Yeah, we moderate the pizza and donuts a little bit more because we know if we just live off pizza and donuts, we will not feel good, most importantly. So, another reason why I don't love New Year's resolutions, you may feel like you need to go all in on January 1st because you've been slacking or doing less at the end of December. And that's kind of like what I told you guys. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't feel like I'm slacking, but I just feel like I need a break. And like, that's okay. I've been seeing so many people post about this on social media saying there's only a little bit of time left in the year. You need to end it strong. And I don't agree with that. Like, this is the time we're supposed to rest and recover from the last 11 months. So you're allowed to take a break. There are 365 days in the year, and December alone is only 8.5% of the year. If you showed up for yourself consistently and like be honest with yourself, were you consistent even if it was for majority of the year, and you feel like you need a break for a few days or shit even a few weeks, then take the break. If you are confident in yourself that you have created a lifestyle that you can support no matter what phase of life you're at, then take that break. But if this break is just going to give you guilt and make you feel like shit, then maybe it's time to push yourself a little bit more. So there's a fine line between taking a break because you feel like you need it or taking a break because you just want to push off working towards your goal and putting in the work a little bit longer. So you don't need to end the year strong or start the new year strong. If you are committed to living a healthy lifestyle, you're allowed to take a step back and shift your focus. It's not realistic to be 100% on 100% of the time. Your mental health is just as, if not more important than your physical health. So if you'd rather be home during these short days to cuddle up and watch Christmas movies instead of going to the gym, do it. This is the time you're supposed to slow down and enjoy the moment and celebrate life. It's the fucking holidays. Instead of going to the gym 5 days a week, go 2 or 3. Instead of tracking every day, eat the same things you always do, but just don't track it. You know what you should be doing for yourself to feel good. As long as it feels good to you, do it. But back to this guilt thing. If it's just going to make you feel guilty for skipping the gym or not tracking your food, or if you are eating a little bit differently, then maybe it's not the best move for you. It all matters to you. But if you are dwelling on something in the past, something negative that happened, you're going to continue to experience negative things. So just focus on the positive. You ate more than you should have the other day. Big whoop. Focus on what you can do to get better. Your results aren't going anywhere in a few days, but if you say fuck it and eat unhealthy food and just sit around, they will. So please just make sure you are keeping a baseline of your non negotiable habits. And if you don't have that baseline, if you don't have non negotiable habits, I fucking got you with this super fun special gift I'm going to be giving you guys at the end of this episode. So that's why we create these habits because they make us feel good inside and out. Plus, like I said, you're allowed to start over whenever you feel like it. So if you want to start over January 1st, then do it. If you want to start today, then do it. But I think those who are capable of starting over when they know they should versus when they want to push it off until, those are the ones who can achieve anything they want. So, for example, you may overeat on a Thursday night and wake up Friday and say, oh, well, I already ruined this week, so I might as well start over Monday. When deep down, you know you should be getting back on track Friday morning. Get what I'm saying? If you can learn to push yourself, even when you'd rather take the easy way out, you will make the change. And yes, not getting back on track is taking the easy way out. And I've told you guys this before. I think when we eat something that's outside of our norm, we use it as an escape, and this is a lot to do with the restriction. So when we eat something outside of our norm that we normally restrict ourselves from, we will take that and run and say, you know what, I'll start over again in a few days so that we can continue to eat this food or these not so great foods that we restrict ourselves from for longer. And that is what will dig you deeper into a hole and a cycle of a bad relationship with food. But if you allow that food into your life year round in moderation, then you won't have to experience times like this, times where you want to push off your start date again. You will never have to start over again once you have that balance in your life. And that it takes a lot of work, but if you work on healing your relationship with food, you can do anything, man. Um so you haven't made the change yet because you keep pushing it off days on end. Days on end. Okay. Now I am going to give you guys a little bit of a gift. So this is something I'm working on. So I have a lot of guides that are included in all of my clients' coaching programs. So they get every single one of my guides I've ever made, and there's a lot of them, but it helps them stay on track to all of their goals. It helps educate them on what they need to know to reach the goal and achieve it, and kind of the science behind it. We need to know how our body works. In the upcoming year, I'm going to be giving a library of all of my guides that will be available for purchase. My guides are like my babies. I've spent years creating them, and it's basically a brain dump of everything I know about health, fitness, nutrition, mindset. So they are going to be very beneficial for you guys, but I am not ready to put those up. So I decided I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a free gift, and I'm going to give you my proven goal setting and accountability guide for free. This is also known to my clients who are listening. This is a redesigned reflect and reset guide. I made it more so for year round so that you can kind of reset a goal at any time. So to my clients, you will have this in the group chat today. This is Thursday, December 22nd. I will be giving it to you, adding it to all of the guides. And this is an interactive guide to help you set the right goals and create a routine that will get you on the path to successfully accomplishing them while holding you accountable to them the entire year. So, first in the guide, I help you set achievable goals. And when I say achievable, I mean goals that you can realistically accomplish. Right now, you're probably setting super vague, blah, blah, blah goals. Like, I want to lose weight. Okay, yeah, but why? What will this do for your life? How will you look when you reach it? What will you do to get there? What is the exact path you need to take? And this is exactly what I'm going to help you figure out in this guide. So, we're going to get very specific and set some goals that you cannot wait to accomplish, ones that elevate your current lifestyle and do not let you have any kind of drastic change. Next, we will take a deep dive into your life and create a routine that incorporates your current lifestyle and your new goals. So, you're literally going to write out every single obligation you have in your life and everything you want to accomplish. And this might not sound like fun to you, but this is the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. They take their life and they look at it full force and they go all in on themselves. So you need to know exactly what's in front of you and exactly what blocks you have coming so that we can create a way to overcome them. And then finally, you're going to calendar it and set some awesome intentions for 2023. I give so many details in this guide. I'm going to be sharing the link in the episode notes for you guys, and you already know I'm going to be posting it on Instagram, but I am going to be going over the first chapter with you right now so that you can kind of get my insight on it a little bit more. So I start the guide off with the 3 mindset shifts to success when it comes to reaching a goal. I'm going to be specifically talking about a health and fitness goal. So when it comes to reaching a health and fitness goal, but I guess you can apply most of the guide to anything. So y'all know mindset is key. Keep these shifts in mind when creating your next goal. So 1, ditch the all or nothing mindset. I covered this earlier, so I won't go into too much detail here, but the sooner you accept this, the better and faster you get results, and the longer you keep those results. So, to do this, you need to focus on feeling good over looking good, and then the aesthetic goal will follow. I tell you guys this all the time. If you don't love yourself now, you're not going to love yourself when you're skinny. So if you feel the need to go all in on restriction for a long time, that's going to help you get to that goal unhealthily. Is that a word? Fast, get there really fast in an unhealthy way. But if you love yourself and you give yourself foods in moderation and you give yourself everything that you want and you create that balance, you will not only reach that aesthetic goal, but you will feel really fucking good. If you do it the rushed way, you will feel like shit. I will 100% guarantee you that. Okay, number 2, results take time. If you try to rush them and cut the corners, you will get rushed, half ass results. Health and fitness is for life. The sooner you realize this, the sooner we get results, the sooner you can create a lifestyle that makes sense for you, one that you love. When setting goals, you need to ask yourself, is this something I want to maintain forever? And if yes, how can I fall in love with it so that I can create a routine that supports it and gets me excited every single day? Finally, the scale does not define you. Yes, it is a great way to determine progress when you have a substantial amount of weight to lose, but the number on it does not define who you are. The scale cannot measure what matters most, which is healthiness, happiness, intelligence, or changes in your body shape, and so much more. If you can detach from the number on the scale, focus on feeling good, and trust the process, you will succeed. Now, if you are ready to get my proven goal setting strategy for free, head to the link in the episode notes to download it instantly. I'll be posting it on Instagram as well. But that is there for you guys. So, this episode ran a little bit longer than usual because I want to give you guys as much support as I can in this difficult time of year. So, ending this episode with a little reminder: you can have whatever you want, but you are the only person who can make something happen for yourself. This time of the year is very busy and very stressful. So if you had an off day that you feel guilty about, know that it's okay. What you did is okay. Leave that day in the past and focus on moving forward to the positive things you already have in your future. If you dwell on the negative things will continue to happen. I actually dive way deeper into how to attract what you want in the goal setting and accountability guide. So run and download it right now. Lastly, I just wanted to say thank you to all of my listeners who have supported this podcast. This was a new adventure for me in 2022, and I cannot wait to continue it into 2023. You all mean so much to me, and I'm going to ask one thing from you guys to end this year. If you have learned something from this podcast, I would really appreciate it if you guys could please leave me a 5-star review and a quick note about what you've learned or why you enjoy listening to it. This will help me continue to create the best episodes that suit you on your journey. And of course, please share with a friend. Thank you guys so much. I wish you all happy holidays and a new year filled with love, health, happiness, and lots of badass accomplishments.